So we're talking about team building.
Yes.
And I will say, I appreciate you, and the time that we shared together today was
You as well.
pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
The energy that builds teams.
Totally.
So I want to talk about trust. You know, there's different definitions for it. How do you define trust?
Trust in a leadership, especially my role, is I need to have all the trust of my leadership team here, right? Which means I need to be vulnerable. You know, our leadership team needs to be vulnerable. They need to be, and I'm not just talking about professionally. You know, personally, they got to feel confident that if they're having a bad day or something, they have someone to turn to talk to. I mean, this book right here, right?
Patrick.
It's a great book.
Lencioni.
Great book.
The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team.
You know, this, I told you this before. I started this a couple weeks ago. I bought 16 copies, gave one out to my leadership team and a few other people. And we're going to read it. We have a leadership meeting every week, and we're going to read a little bit out of this, right? Because it's going to make everyone a better leader. And we're going to talk about things that are going on in the market center or things that are going on outside the market center, and we're going to deal with it, right? Because we're family, you know, and that's really how you connect with people. When you're a leader, you're able to get people to get on board, right? And buy into what you're selling.
Do you think that you doing it with them builds that trust?
There's no question. If I just said, hey, take the book, go read it, you guys talk about it amongst yourselves, not even the same impact, not even close.
Never going to work. Where did that mindset come from? Was it from personal development? Was it from experience? Both?
For me, I'm always trying to think outside the box and, hey, how can I add more value? And, you know, not just for our agents, but also for the leadership team as well. And it's my responsibility to help my leaders grow and our agents. So in order to do that, it starts with things like this. Something simple, but some people may not want to read. They may think it's corny.
Yeah.
Like, what's this? Hey, be open to it. Be vulnerable, right? You never know. You might learn something.
And you being vulnerable lets that conversation start.
100%.
I mean, the takeaway for me is you're saying trust. The first thing that pops your head is vulnerability. It's powerful.
It is.
So one piece of advice, someone watching this that maybe is in a position of leadership but feels like they're struggling, what would that be?
A person that's in leadership and is struggling right now is see who's around you, right? And try to connect. If there's not a connection between maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people on your leadership team, try to connect with them. Find a way, whether it's taking them out for a lunch or, you know, taking them out for dinner or doing a one-on-one with them. Really try to find out what makes them tick, and maybe is there something going on, maybe there's a disconnect. Find out what that it is, and be open to changing, right? Being open, maybe you're doing something that may be offensive to them or it's not working for them. You know, come up with a solution that may work for both of you, and if not, maybe it's the wrong person in the wrong role. Maybe you need to, you know, look for someone else in that position. You got to have all the right pieces to the puzzle, right? Because one bad link, right, ruins the whole chain.
Does culture matter?
Culture matters.
Woo!